Welcome to the Just Jim radio show. Happy to be here. Happy to have you here. Thank you for listening in. What is the Just Jim radio show? Well, Just Jim came about in my daily life. I'm a minister and pastor of a Sarasota Center of Light, a metaphysical church and spiritual center. And as I made my way, people would ask me, so what should I call you? And I said, oh, just Jim. And I kept saying it to the point where I wrote it on the board during classes, and it kind of stuck. So when I started the radio show, I realized, you know what? I want this show to be about the real world, really being out there, sharing whatever I can in whatever way I can that helps people get some inspiration, some information, some ideas and concepts that maybe opens a window, opens a door, see clearer, walk easier through life, make a difference. So I decided to focus on practical spirituality, or really whatever inspires people to live a better life. And that's what Just Jim and the Just Jim show is about, why it's here. We do that through conversations, interviews. This show is going to be a discussion. You get to hear me carry on for a little bit about a topic. I've been doing that for a long time. About a little over 40 years I've been sharing, my experience, strength, hope, whatever it is that might be going on with me, to make a difference in varying ways. So today's topic is a little different, and yet something that intrigued me when it showed up in my awareness to share it with you. It's called the characteristics of recreation. I wanted to call it the characteristics of recreation, so it could be just something that we talked about having fun. Well, this is a little more serious than recreation, although it should be a little bit of fun involved too. Each and every one of us have made our way through life, and as we have certainly changed our own lives, and as we have interacted with others, whether it was a smile or not a smile, a hello or not a hello, or in friendships, coworkers, in the world in varying ways, organizations, situations, we've touched people. And those people have gone on to touch others. They say a smile is infectious. Well, the exponential effect that a smile can have is far beyond our understanding, because when we convey something to someone and it makes a difference for them, they go on to make a difference for somebody else. We're in a time in our history where every individual being who they are matters. And it's a time to matter. So I encourage you to consider being the difference. You know, we're walking through this whole process month after month of the situation with the COVID virus. And I've been having some conversations with individuals about it, and I was surprised. I was on a Zoom class the other day with some people, and everybody, we're talking about this and that, of course, the way that what's going on affects us. And at some point in time, I said, well, how is this landing for you? The discussions, I sort of started it out talking about how things were before, what I call pre-COVID, what happened as it arrived and seemed to begin, the COVID panic-demic. Then it began to settle down, the COVID calm, various approaches to reopening, the COVID all hell breaking loose. escalation of everything: statistics, cases, deaths, fear, skepticism, rebellion. More going on right now than ever before, it seems like. The COVID confusion. No, the point is that we're in a continuously changing landscape, and how it leaves us feeling and experiencing ourselves and our lives and our consciousness is different for each of us. So here I had a group. If you haven't been on Zoom before, your computer screen has a bunch of boxes on it, and everybody that's there is in their own little box, so to speak, and everybody can see each other and talk to each other. And so we had a question for the group. How has all of this affected you? And not a dissertation or a conversation, but just like, how have you landed as a result of all of this right now? And one of the students in the class said, all I can do is be in the now. I said, well, that's a great concept. No, I don't have a choice. Because there's so many questions that I'm looking for answers to, and so many decisions that I'm trying to make about how it was, how it is, how it will be, what I need, what I want. The whole idea of having fellowship or connection with other people. And yet, sometimes the people who we've had contact with before aren't as cautious as we might want to be. Or there are situations where we don't feel completely comfortable participating, and yet we would really enjoy being able to. And some of us have to make decisions about no longer, and therefore maybe giving up something because other people might want to continue on. These kinds of things. This particular student kept talking about having to be right here, right now. Because if I think about how it used to be and what I don't have anymore, or where it is and what I can't have, or what I might not be able to have as I'm moving forward, it's way too much. It was a wonderful perspective of being in the now. And that's true. That's all we can do, is be here now and be wherever we are. And I encourage anybody going through that kind of an experience to continue to bring yourself to where you are. And although it may not be the way you want it to be, and God forbid anybody is having symptoms or challenged by the virus directly in that manner, blessings, energy sent to you if you are, that's a bit more hard to deal with than deciding whether we should go to the gym or go to a park or go someplace and enjoy what we want to with others. But that's what I'm saying, is being here now is all we can do. And that's sometimes the best place to be. Well, if you ask me, I guess it's always the best place to be, because that's all there is. It's where we're going to find whatever we're looking for, is right here, right now. One of my students had a more metaphysical or lesson-oriented look at this. It's not as if they don't believe that it exists. They're conducting themselves in a very safe manner for themselves and for others in the way that they act and interact when they do what they do. But this student's question was, what is it teaching us? What is this process creating for us to be able to discover about ourselves, to heal, to release, to recreate ourselves? And that's what the approach that particular person was finding in the now as they arrived. Another student had people close to them have the virus and suffer through it. And so it was having that person be much more cautious because of the experience they had had. And so we're in this situation where nothing is as it used to be. Everything's changing. And we're really not sure how the future is going to unfold, at least in the world and around us. And that is what we're wrapped up in. And so it has an effect on who we are. And we have an opportunity right now to recreate, to begin to look at ourselves once again and live our lives in a way that can make a difference. And And what does that look like? I myself create different things that I want to express or manifest or make happen. And we all put our mind to it. We think about it. We come up with an idea. We think about it and we think about it. We might make a couple of lists. We might create a plan. We might think about what we might do. It's more than thinking about it. Thinking is fine. The mind is a terrible thing to waste, they say. It's an even more terrible thing to trap a dream, to trap a desire or a longing that you have within. You can look and see what you would really want to be or create or manifest in your life, and it's going to stir a desire within you. It's going to stir a longing. I like the word desire a little bit better. Desire is almost like a pilot light to a flame, and the flame is passion. So in the recreation process, the first place we're looking to is not just what our head thinks, because our head takes into consideration the possibilities and the circumstances and the situations and what's going on and the world, and it's closing in on us or it's being taken away from us or all that kind of stuff. And that's all pertinent, but that's not what I'm talking about in recreating. I'm not talking about rearranging your life to look different. I'm talking about going into the wellspring of your heart and soul's desires and longing, and then convert that desire to passion. Use the pilot light of your desire to ignite the flame of your passion. Because passion is what takes a thought and turns it into what I call a thought form, something that starts to take shape in your awareness, in your life. And a key ingredient that can really make the difference is add a little purpose to it. You've heard me talk in previous shows about the soup of life and the spice that each of us can add to it to make it what it is. Well, here you're taking a bit of desire and you're converting it to passion. You're adding some passion to it. You're lighting that flame of your passion, a dash of purpose. And now you want to stir in just a little bit of inspiration and intuition. What does that mean? The spirit or the inner knowing within you, inspiration, the intuition, your inner guidance. And, for those of you who tap into, call upon, certainly tap into that. You are an expression, an extension, a reflection of all that is. Now we're starting to put together these pieces of the puzzle for creation. And then once you've gotten that clay kind of made of your desire and passion and purpose and inspiration and intuition, get beyond the idea. Get beyond talking about it. Get beyond the plan. Get beyond creating steps. Here's one I love. Get beyond reminding yourself and making lists. How many lists do you have of things that you want to accomplish or try to prioritize or structure and so on? So I'm not laughing at you at all. I'm laughing at myself. Oh my God, this isn't about you. This is about me. You teach what you need to learn, and I'm not teaching. I'm just sharing what's going on in my life. I'm in the midst of trying to recreate myself because it's all come apart. And you stop doing all that and you do it.